It's Wednesday, September 1st, 2021. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. Before I start, I want to remind all of you to please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification down below so that you are alerted with the newest videos. Just got off the phone about an hour ago with my good friend Aaron Early out in Texas. He wanted me to let all of you know he's going to be uploading a few new videos this week. So check him out at Texas Silver. I think he's doing a great job with his new channel, Texas Silver. So check that out. But I want to get right into it today. About 15 minutes ago, I was just checking out Yahoo Finance. Jobless claims preview. Another 345,000 individuals likely filed new claims last week. And I look at this number and I just think that we have so many people now wanting to work, and we're still losing roughly 350,000 plus jobs a week for a year and a half. And this is a very troubling sign. And I do not know. Please comment down below. What in the world is 2022 going to look like? We have so many people reluctant to go back to work because they'd rather live off the government dole, and we're bleeding well over 300,000 jobs a week in this country. It's just ludicrous what is taking place. It's concerning, and I think that we're going to pay a very, very severe price for what we're witnessing take place. CNBC, private payrolls increased by just 374,000 in August, far short of the 600,000 estimate, ADP says. It's on CNBC today. And again, what's troubling here is that we have so many people not wanting to go back to work and so many people who are working losing jobs. It's unbelievable. 201,000 of these 374,000 jobs in August were in leisure and hospitality. Low paying, minimum wage jobs. Most of these jobs have no future, and yet people are now forced to take these jobs as careers. And most of these jobs do not do not give 40-hour work weeks. These are 18, 20, 25-hour a week jobs. And this is now what people are forced into as a career, working in fast food, working at resorts, leisure and hospitality, ladies and gentlemen. This is America now. I cannot even believe what I'm watching take place. I talked to a few people today, and they just said, you know, there is something wrong. You just know, you have a feeling that there's something very, very wrong. This economy is just being decimated. And it seems like nobody's trying to fix it. See, this is the problem. All we do is print more money. It's more QE. It's bigger budgets. It's more stimulus. Nobody talks about paying the debt down. We know the debt can't be paid down. It's impossible. We are past the point of no return. But nobody has any answers. Nobody's got a solution on what to do other than print more money as people lose more jobs, as the cost of literally everything continues to skyrocket, inflation eating up whatever you have. And there's no solution other than to print more money, in return cause more inflation, devalue and debase your currency, and weaken this economy and weaken this country. It's sad, ladies and gentlemen. It's really, really sad. And before I go on to the next article, as this continues, as the money printing and the printing presses continue to overheat, this stuff right here, gold, silver, I cannot tell you what to do. I cannot give you financial advice. But I can tell you what I'm doing is I'm buying this stuff right here. Holding assets now have never been more important than in history than they are right now, ladies and gentlemen. I saw this movie take place in 2008. It was just a preview of what's to come, a warm-up. What we're going to witness is going to be monumentally much, much worse than what we saw in 2008. I would say this is going to resemble the Great Depression, and it may be even worse than that. We have never been in a place like we are now, and it's happening globally. So maybe you get yourself a little bit of this. Gold and silver, ladies and gentlemen. And people continue to write me on a weekly basis, my recommendations. You can buy it wherever you want to buy it. I have a link down below, SD Bullion. I've been buying gold and silver from them solely now for over 2 years. They've been fantastic. And I know people are going to freak out because I have a link down below. Buy it wherever you want to buy it from. Buy it where you feel comfortable. SD Bullion is where I buy my silver. It's where I buy my gold. It's where most of my friends now are buying all their gold and silver. SD Bullion, link down below. Let's go on to another story here. Restaurant owners say hiring is increasingly challenging and could spoil recovery. Now, before this health crisis, the restaurant industry was bringing in $864 billion. That's back in 2019. Right now, they're predicting in 2021, we'll see $789 billion brought in the restaurant business. So down nearly $1 billion. So you look at what's happening with the mom and pop retailers, you look at what's happening to the landlords, you look at the restaurant industry, you literally look at any industry, and it is just being decimated. It is really, we are in a really serious time here, ladies and gentlemen. Social Security trust funds now projected to run out of money sooner than expected. Treasury says, this is on CNBC today. Where's the money? And how does Social Security stay afloat when a majority of jobs now in America are going to be in leisure and hospitality, in fast food? How in the world do we keep this all afloat? How many people out there are dependent on Social Security? How many people thought it would never disappear? And I've said, and you said, you all know this, it's being robbed for years. It's been robbed for years. Question is, why is there no accountability? Just criminality. That's all that we see. Social Security funds will run out sooner than later, Fed warns. This is on the New York Post. Full benefits will be paid until 2033, 1 year earlier than expected. At that point, it will only be able to pay out 78% of promised benefits. Where did the money go? And where's the money going to come from now to keep it afloat when people are getting their hours cut, their wages cut, and we now have a country that doesn't produce anything, doesn't manufacture anything? We're a service sector based economy, right? We have people working in restaurants and coffee houses and just servicing other people, I guess. So how in the world does this stay afloat? And then the next question is, what's going to happen to the pensions? Are we going to see a pension crisis in America if we're already being told? And look, this money will probably run out before 2033. Full benefits, it says here, will be paid until 2033. How much would you like to bet that it won't even last that long? With the amount of people that we're bringing over from all over the world who are going to need jobs, who are going to get these benefits, it's highly unlikely that these full benefits are going to last to 2033. And people are going to take a haircut. And guess what? It's going to happen to pensions also. So get ready for that. And if you're, again, one of these people who believes that the Social Security is going to be there for you, your pension's going to be there, well, it might be there for you, but it's not all going to be there for you. See, you're going to get a haircut. You're going to have to take a hit, whether it's Social Security or a pension. And again, this is why you better be putting things like this away so you have something to fall back on. I don't buy gold and silver to make money tomorrow. I buy it, put it away to protect wealth. It's an insurance policy that if things get really bad, like pensions collapsing, Social Security collapsing, dollar collapsing, stock market collapsing, you better have some gold and silver because it's going to be the only thing that stabilizes your economic life, okay? It is an insurance policy. You know, I know people out there, well, it doesn't, give me any yield. I don't make any money. Like everybody wants to buy something today and they want to make $5,000 by next week. Don't buy gold and silver then. If you just want to gamble, go to Vegas or buy cryptos and you can gamble, and I hope you make money. I wish you the best. I have to preserve wealth. I have to prepare for what is coming. If you truly believe that we're going to see a massive economic downturn, if you truly believe that we're heading into a depression like I do, number one, you better have security and you better have training, period. Secondly, you better have a lot of preparations, food, water, etc. Lastly, you better have gold and silver, because when the dust settles, you're going to want to take advantage of the opportunities, and you better have real money. And the world knows what real money is. It's gold and silver. Retirement savings for older people falling short. Wow, more good news today, right? Everything is going so incredibly well. I notice every once in a while in the comments, these people, oh, it's doom and gloom, it's negativity. No, this is reality. And there is a massive tsunami coming. And I am just ringing the bell here that you wake up and get ready, because I don't want to see people hurt. And too many people are going to get hurt. And guess what? People are hurting right now. They're hurting right now because they didn't start preparing years ago. And now they have no life jacket and they're sinking in the middle of this giant economic ocean that is pulling them straight down because they have massive debt. They live beyond their means. They have no money saved up. They have no assets. And now they're being sunk to the bottom of this ocean. Don't let this be you. Vast majorities of workers are not prepared for retirement because people live for today. They don't think about tomorrow. They want to get rich quick today. They don't want to buy something like gold and silver and have to wait. I buy this stuff. I don't think about it. I put it away and I hope I never have to use it. But unfortunately, I know I'm going to have to use it. And you guys and gals out there know that you're going to have to use it too. This is why you're buying it. 1/3 believe they will retire before 65. Good luck with that. I look at some of the people now working, whether it's at a restaurant or it's at a drive-through. I'm getting a coffee at McDonald's. The lady's 80 years old, working at the drive-through there, making me an iced coffee. And I see so many older people now forced to go back to work because the inflation is eating them up. So many older people are working. It's really, really sad. 60% of respondents believe if they exhaust their savings in retirement, they'll just downsize and live their last days on Social Security. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a very, very good chance that it won't even exist by the time you're 70 years old. And if it does, how much of it will you get? Are you going to get 78%? You're going to get 50%? You're going to get 25%? Same thing with your pension. What are you going to get? Prepare, ladies and gentlemen, prepare. Here's another one coming from The Hedge today. New survey reveals devastation in business travel. Airline traffic is 80% of where it should be. 67% of business travelers are planning to take fewer trips. 52% are likely to cancel existing travel plans without rescheduling. 60% expect to postpone existing travel plans. 66% of respondents are likely to travel to places they can drive to. The long-term outlook, business travel and events are not expected to go back to normal levels. Hotels are expected to end 2021 down nearly 500,000 jobs compared to 2019. When I see the local resorts here, they're not nearly as busy as they used to be. We used to have conventions out here all the time, daily, literally daily conventions. And there are no conventions. And I'm sure that there are no conventions in Las Vegas. Where are the conventions? And in my area, when there are no conventions, this is costing multi-millions of dollars. People don't stay at the hotels, the resorts. They don't go to the restaurants. They don't shop at the stores. They don't spend money. Nobody's here. Nobody's traveling here because there's no conventions. So we are not being told how bad this economy really is. We're not being told the real damage, the toll that has been taken on this economy. We're just being told that the stock market continues to go up, so just invest in it. Go buy an overvalued house. Go buy overvalued stock. Go to Walmart today. Go Christmas shopping. Just keep spending and everything's going to be okay. Don't think. Just do. That's what they tell you to do. They don't even want you to think for yourself. Just be a zombie and spend money, get deeper into debt. Because when they pull the plug on this thing, and they're going to, this is not going to look like the same place. It's going to be a lot different. Wall Street Journal, Americans are stocking up on toilet paper again. Wow, isn't this amazing? This is how people are preparing for an economic reckoning, ladies and gentlemen, by stocking up on toilet paper. You know, we've been talking about what's happening in Louisiana. 1 million people without power in Louisiana. I think probably the last thing on their mind right now is toilet paper. This is just how foolish and ignorant we have become. How unprepared and dumbed down, how soft we've become. That this is what's going to save you during a depression, an economic collapse, a reckoning. I better go get toilet paper. When you're not eating, you're not going to need to worry about it, okay? But again, Wall Street Journal today, check it out. I'm just dumbfounded by some of this news. Let's talk about a real serious weapon here. Internet shutdowns. This was an article I was reading earlier today. And I just want to paraphrase a little bit. Over the last decade, governments worldwide have intentionally shut down the internet at least 850 times, with a whopping 90% of those shutdowns taking place over just the last 5 years. How would you bank? How would you pay your bills? How would you eat? How would you function if the internet goes down and you have no money? So many people out there are using plastic. They're using their debit cards. They're using credit cards. Many have been so conditioned to go digital that if the plug gets pulled, ladies and gentlemen, and you have no emergency fund, physical cash, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You know, I watched a video the other day, and a lady, seemed like a nice lady, seemed like a good show. And she was talking about, you know, how much money she's making on her investments, and God bless her little soul that she's making money in her investments. I think it's great when you're making money. I like to make money. I know all of you out there like to make some money. Side hustle, side hustle, side hustle. Just get out and do it. You know, you can do it. But the question is, you know, on those investments, what if the dollar goes poof? What are your investments worth? What if the internet collapses? Poof. What do you do with your investments? People don't think. They look at digits on a screen. I make X amount every month. My 401k is paying me this. My IRA is paying me this. Yada yada yada. But what if the dollar collapses? What if the internet shuts off? What are you going to do? And she's like, oh, see this gold? See this silver? I can't go to the store in an emergency and go buy something with this. No, you can't. But what you could do is you could take it to a gold and silver dealer and sell it. You could take it to a pawn shop. You could take it to a coin dealer. You could call up SD Bullion or many of the other coin dealers out there, and they would give you cash, or they would give you a currency of wherever you're at. So I don't understand that mindset. See, people just believe, and they count their wealth in dollars. You better start counting it in ounces, and we got to start detaching from the dollar because it's on borrowed time, and you should have dollars. There's no doubt about it. I think you got to have some dollars. But these people who believe that, oh, everything's okay because I have this much on a computer screen and I make this much on my investments every month, but if the dollar goes, you're done. And that little piece of gold and that little piece of silver that you make fun of, or say that I can't go to the store and buy groceries with this, that's foolish. That is foolish. First off, we may come to a point where nobody is even going to sell gold or silver for cash for a monopoly fiat currency. Think about that. Would you give up your gold or silver for a monopoly fiat currency? You may want another hard tangible asset to trade for it. If there is a fiat currency, there's going to be no problem converting a piece of gold or silver into a fiat currency. You could do it right now today. I could sell this right now. I could go down to the pawn shop, to the gold and silver shop, they will pay me cash. I can go to the grocery store today. Plain and simple. So, but I think we're going to come to a point, ladies and gentlemen, where you're not going to trade this for paper currencies. You're going to trade this for other assets. We're going to see how it plays out. Gold and silver, I don't believe, are going to do a whole lot until the whole Ponzi scheme comes tumbling down. When that happens, then we're going to see what reality brings. We're going to see what has value and what doesn't. And I have a very strong feeling that gold and silver are going to have a lot of value when the house of cards comes tumbling down. I want to close with this last article. I think a lot of people out there can relate to this. China limits online video games to 3 hours a week for young people. They blame social ills and distracting kids from school and family responsibilities. Do kids today even have responsibilities? Do they have chores? Do they have responsibilities? I knew, when I was a kid, I had to mow the lawn, take out the garbage, water the grass, do things like that. People had paper routes. People had to clean the house. They had to do, wash the cars. They had to do things. Now people just pay landscapers to mow the lawn. I can't even tell you the last time that I ever saw a kid out mowing his parents' lawn. Now everybody has a pool cleaner. Everybody has a landscaper. People just pay to have it done. And I know so many people whose kids literally are just zombies sitting in front of an iPad or a computer or on their phones, playing games all day long. We have adult men in their 30s and 40s that game 10 hours a day, that are just absolutely addicted to it. But, being a child, having a kid just sitting there playing games on a screen all day. I don't know how productive that is. I don't know what kind of structure that gives a kid. What's it do to their communication skills, social skills, things like that. And I certainly don't want a government telling anybody that they can only spend 3 hours a day doing anything. But China, they are getting ready for something, ladies and gentlemen. Their education system compared to America, it's not even close. They embrace their people for buying gold. They promote their people to buy gold. Their government buys massive amounts of gold, but they believe kids shouldn't be playing video games. They should be paying attention to school and family responsibility. Think about that. That's China. That's how they think today. And look at us. I mean, it's crazy. So if you have kids out there, and I'm not giving anybody parental advice, but probably sitting in front of a gaming machine all day long is probably not going to be the most productive thing for your kid, mentally, physically, spiritually. So get outside, get some sun, ride a bike, socialize a little bit, get into sports. Just sitting in front of a computer all day, I don't really think a whole lot of good comes out of that. So I'm going to leave it there today. I just want to share that. Just a bunch of articles today I wanted to share with everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. It's another day to go out, buy a couple cans of food, buy a little water. I'll tell you what I did. I ordered another 3 months of dry food last night, putting it away. Hope I never have to use it. Again, these are insurance policies. Whether it's buying stuff like this, whether it's buying emergency foods, I hope I never, ever have to use any of it. And if I don't, I can always give it to some homeless people. If I don't ever have to use this, I can always cash it in for whatever currency I want, but it will always be worth something. Gold and silver have never been worth zero. There's nothing else out there that has a track record of gold and silver that it has always had value for 5,000 years. Food, the emergency food's good for 25 years. If nothing happens in the next 10, 15 years, I just give it to some homeless people and feed some people. But as well as I do, we're going to use this gold. We're going to use this silver. Gold and silver is going to have their day. And I know people just get so agitated watching it go up and down, and the suppression and the game playing. When they lose control, they will no longer be able to control the price of these two assets, the two most undervalued assets on planet Earth. Pray to God you never have to use it, just like the food. Pray to God you never ever have to use that emergency food. If you have to use this gold and silver, we're in big trouble. If you have to use that food, we're in big trouble. Problem is, you know and I know, more than likely we're going to be using that food. We're going to be using this gold and silver. So prepare the best you can, ladies and gentlemen, because you know something's going on out there. Something just feels very, very awful. And we've got 48 cargo ships now off the Los Angeles and San Pedro coast here on the West Coast. And we are just being flooded with more cheap goods and products. And I got to tell you, I didn't even know how Americans can even afford to go to the store today. I cannot figure it out. This thing is going to get so bad, so bad. Walk close to God. Get those preparations in order. Make sure you have security, and make sure that you check out the next video. I look forward to talking with all of you very, very soon. God bless. See you soon.